Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Shoge World! Welcome to Shoge World, gamers. Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to review this week's new game releases, new game announcements, and a few news stories. If there is anything I may have missed, let me know in the comments, and if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Alright gamers, as always, we will start with this week's new game releases, and the big game this week, released today on the Nintendo Switch, and that was Splatoon 3. This is one of the most impressive looking Switch games to date and is loaded with content, adding to what is quickly becoming another premier franchise for Nintendo. This is a day one pickup and we will be playing it over the weekend. Next up, NBA 2K23, the yearly NBA basketball powerhouse, released this week on Xbox systems, PlayStation systems, PC, as well as Nintendo Switch. Although be warned, the Switch game is not on par with the other versions of this game. Also released this week was Disney Dreamlight Valley. Now, this game was released on the Nintendo Switch, the PC, the PlayStation, and the Xbox, including a Game Pass Day 1 release. The game is a live sim style game, like games like Animal Crossing, but mixed with adventure. We did do an initial thoughts video where we played the game, so definitely check that out. I will link that video at the end of this video. Next up, Steel Rising was released this week on Xbox systems, PlayStation systems, as well as on PC. The game is an action RPG game that has been called extremely challenging. The game looks good, and I will be checking this out when I get some free time. The last game we're going to talk about this week is a game called Tower Princess. It's a randomly generated roguelike 3D platformer. The game was released on the Nintendo Switch, the PC, the Xbox systems, as well as the PlayStation systems. Personally, I'm going to pass on this game. I'm kind of burnt out on the rogue style games, but this does look interesting if you're looking for that type of game. Alright gamers, next up we will take a look at a few new gaming announcements. And we're going to start off with Sony announcing a new line of gray camouflage PS5 accessories. Now, there is a DualSense controller, a Pulse 3D wireless headset, as well as PS5 console covers. I really like the look of the controller and the headset. I may be getting these, and if we do, we'll review those on the channel. Also, new DLC was announced for Cyberpunk 2077. It's scheduled for a 2023 release only for the next-gen systems, so it will only work on PS5, Xbox Series systems, and the PC. Now, Keanu Reeves is reprising his role as Johnny Silverhand. I know CD Projekt Red has been working hard to fix this game. I haven't played it since my initial playthrough at launch, so I might check this out when it is released next year. Next up, the Division Heartland was unveiled on the Ubisoft store. The game is listed as coming soon. Also, it appears it will be a free-to-play game. We can expect more info on this weekend during the Ubisoft Forward presentation that will be taking place this Saturday. Also, the Evercade Exp was announced. The new handheld console comes with 18 Capcom games built in and is currently up for pre-order at $150. Lastly, Firewall Ultra was announced as a PlayStation VR2 exclusive. Now, this is the sequel to Firewall Zero. The game looks really promising. We should expect it next year whenever Sony decides to release the PlayStation VR 2. Alright, let's finish up with a few news stories. And we'll start with the D23, which is Disney's special trade show. It does kick off today, and it runs through the weekend. At 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 East Coast time, they are having a special gaming showcase covering upcoming games from Marvel, Disney, and Pixar, among other possible franchises. We will be taking a close look at the showcase for any new info. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. Next up, Silent Hill 2 remake screenshots leaked online. As usual, with these leaks, I can't show them to you here or the video will be struck, but they are pretty easy to find. If these are real, which they appear to be, I expect we could get some official info by the end of the year. What we've seen so far is looking really promising. Last week, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle The Cowabunga Collection released and has been very popular. Now, combining that with the huge popularity of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge, Nickelodeon has definitely noticed, and they just announced they do have plans to release a big AAA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game next year. Also, PAX West kicked off on Saturday and ran through Tuesday. The celebration of gaming and gaming culture took place in Seattle, Washington. We didn't get a lot of news from the event, but there were previews for many upcoming games, gaming tournaments, and fun booths to explore. Lastly, Nintendo did unveil another new model of the Nintendo Switch OLED. On the heels of the special edition Splatoon 3 edition Switch OLED, we now have confirmation of a really cool looking Pokemon Scarlet and Violet special edition Switch OLED scheduled to be released on November 4th. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on September 22nd. It was kind of a slow week. We started the week with the kickoff of PAX West in Seattle, then we got news of new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game and a Silent Hill 2 remake. And the week ended as Disney's D23 trade show kicked off and Splatoon 3 released on the Switch. Let me know anything I missed in the comments, and if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and join in on the fun. Thanks for joining us today, gamers. Shoge World out.